You've been lied to about fat loss. Most folks think burning fat means eating less, running more, and starving your way thin. That's the biggest lie in modern nutrition. You don't burn fat by starving yourself. You burn fat by flipping the right biological switch. And guess what? Most people never flip it their entire life. Now listen. Your body isn't broken, it's just confused. We've been told for decades to snack all day, keep metabolism fired up, eat breakfast like a king, and never skip a meal. That advice, it keeps your insulin sky high and your fat cells a lot tighter than a bank vault, because insulin, that's your fat storage hormone. When insulin's up, fat burning's off. When insulin's down, the magic begins. Here's what nobody's telling you. Fasting alone drops insulin and gives your body a chance to use stored fat for fuel. But if you fast without enough protein, your body starts scavenging muscle, and muscle is your engine, your metabolic furnace. Ever seen someone lose weight fast, then stall and regain it all? That's a muscle loss disaster in progress. Protein is like adding sturdy logs to your campfire. It keeps your metabolism burning steady and hot while fasting sweeps away the junk fuel. Together, fasting and protein create the perfect tag. Team one lowers insulin and frees fat. The other protects your muscle and keeps your energy high. That's the fat burning switch nobody flips. The synergy between fasting and protein, think of your body like a hybrid car. Fasting teaches it to run clean on stored fat. Protein keeps the engines calm, so now most people hit the gas with carbs all day long. No wonder they're tired, hungry, and inflamed. But once you train your body to switch fuels, it's like unlocking a hidden performance mode you never knew existed. And this isn't some guru nonsense. This is hard biochemistry. When insulin drops during fasting, your liver releases stored fat as ketones, clean fuel for your brain and muscles. Protein provides the amino acids that keep your lean tissue intact and your metabolism while your body burns fat. That's the difference between whey and transforming. So stop fearing fasting, stop fearing no protein. They're not opposites. Dead fasting open to fat burning. Protein makes your voice. Not a zombie now if you've been fasting but still feeling weak, tired. It's not that fasting doesn't work. It's that you haven't paired it with enough quality protein. You've got to fuel your muscle while starving your fat. That's how the body was designed to work. And here's the best part. And I guess I've put together a 7-day plan that strategically combines fasting and protein to reset your metabolism. Each day builds on them. While you're on the last. Teaching your body to burn fat more efficiently, preserve muscle, and boost natural energy by day 7. You'll feel your energy rise, your hunger fade, and your body switch into full on fat burning mode. If you've tried every diet, every trick, and still feel stuck, this plan will finally make your body do what it was designed to do: burn fat, protect muscle, and thrive, not just survive, because when you flip that switch, the fat burning switch most people never flip, everything changes. All right, here we go. Day 1 of your fat burning reset. Today's mission isn't about starving. It's about resetting the most powerful hormone in your body, insulin. Most people think fat loss is about willpower, motivation, or some fancy supplement. Nope, it's about chemistry, and insulin is the master switch. When insulin's up, you're storing fat. When insulin's down, you're burning it. Today, we start calming that insulin storm that's been raging inside you for years. Every bite of carbs, every sugary coffee, every snack you've been told to eat to keep energy up, all of it kept insulin spiked. So instead of burning fat, your body's been busy locking it away. You've been stuck in storage mode instead of burn mode. Think of insulin like the switch on a warehouse door. When it's on, fat goes in. When it's off, fat can finally come out. Day 1 is about flipping that switch off and letting your body start clearing the shelves. Now let's talk clean fasting. That means 0 calories, no cream, no sweeteners, no A little bit won't hurt. Water, black coffee, plain tea. That's it. Your body needs a clear signal that the eating window is closed so it can shift gears into fat burning. Think of it like switching from gas to electric in a hybrid car. It needs that clear signal to change modes. You're not punishing your body today. You're retraining it. When you skip that breakfast you used to force down, your insulin finally gets to drop. And once it drops, your liver starts releasing stored energy. First glycogen, then fat. Glycogen is your body's short-term storage tank. Once that tank starts to empty, your body says, all right, time to tap into the reserves. That's when fat burning truly begins. Now, let's clear up one big myth. Hunger doesn't mean you're dying. It means your body's shifting fuel sources. You might feel a little rumble in your stomach. That's not weakness. That's your metabolism waking up after years of being lulled to sleep by constant snacking. When you feel that first wave of hunger, smile. That's the sound of insulin dropping and fat burning turning on. Hydration is critical today. When insulin drops, your kidneys finally start releasing extra water and sodium they've been holding on to. That's why people lose a few pounds of water weight fast. It's not magic. It's chemistry, so drink water and add electrolytes if needed. A pinch of salt, a bit of magnesium, some potassium. This keeps your energy stable and prevents that sluggish carb withdrawal feeling. Don't mistake tiredness for failure. It's just your body adjusting to a cleaner fuel system. You've been running on cheap gas for years. Now you're switching to premium. Give it time. By the end of day one, insulin is calmer, cravings are fading, and your metabolism is starting to remember what fat burning feels like. Let's talk insulin sensitivity for a second. The more often your insulin spikes, the more resistant your cells become. That's like turning up the volume on a song so loud you can't even hear the words anymore. Your body stops responding properly. But the moment you give insulin a break, even 12 to 16 hours of fasting, your cells start listening again. They become more sensitive, more efficient, more responsive. That's how you rebuild metabolic health. Not with pills or powders, but by letting insulin rest. And don't fall for the idea that you have to fuel up all day. You've got thousands of calories stored right under your skin, and your body is ready to use them. You're not running out of fuel. You're finally learning to access it. Once your insulin drops, your fat cells open up like unlocked doors, and your metabolism walks right in to grab the energy it needs. So here's your focus today. Clean fast, hydrate, add electrolytes, and embrace hunger as the sign you're doing it right. You're not resetting your willpower. You're resetting your biology. You're flipping the fat storing switch off and the fat burning switch on. By the time you go to bed tonight, your body will have started tapping into stored energy. You'll feel a little lighter, a little clearer, maybe even a little proud. And you should, because day one isn't about deprivation, it's about restoration. Your metabolism is starting to wake up. And tomorrow, we build on this momentum, stronger, leaner, and one step closer to flipping that fat burning switch for good. Day two is where the real magic starts happening. Yesterday, you flip that insulin switch off. Today, we feed the machine that's going to burn the fat. And no, I'm not talking about feeding your cravings or your emotions. I'm talking about feeding your metabolism. That machine is your muscle, and protein is the fuel that keeps it roaring. Let's get one thing straight right off the bat. Fasting doesn't destroy muscle. Lack of protein does your body smart. It's not going to start tearing down hard-earned muscle when it's got thousands of calories stored as fat. But if you go too long without giving it the amino acids it needs, it'll start scavenging. That's like tearing apart the engine to find fuel. And that's not what we want. So when you eat after your fast, you've got to feed your body right. And that means protein first. Protein is what tells your body, hey, we're not starving. We're building, when you eat enough protein, your metabolism stays active. It's like throwing premium logs on a fire. It burns longer, hotter, and steadier carbs. They're kindling. Quick spark. Quick burnout protein keeps that metabolic fire burning long after your meal's done now. Let's talk science without the jargon. Protein heck effect. That means it takes energy, real calories, for your body to digest and process it to 30% of the calories in calories working it down. That's right. Protein literally forces your body to work harder to use it. No other macronutrient to use. No other macronutrient to use this. No one else. No, your calories. Not carbs, just protein. That's why a high protein diet keeps your metabolism humming even while you're fasting. And here's the kicker. Protein also keeps your hunger hormones in check. Leptin and ghrelin, the two little troublemakers that make you crave junk and feel hungry all the time when you eat enough protein. Those hormones calm down. Your brain finally gets the signal that you're fed, satisfied, and not in danger of running out of food. That's why people who eat high protein meals can go longer between meals without snacking. You don't need willpower. Your hormones are finally on your side now. Let's talk about what happens when you break your fast wrong. You've been fasting 16 hours, feeling good. Insulin is low, fat burning's on. Then you grab a sugary smoothie, a handful of cereal, maybe a protein bar full of chemicals and artificial sweeteners, boom. Insulin spikes like a rocket, your fat burning switch flips right back to storage mode. All that hard work gone in 10 minutes. That's breaking your fast wrong. Now here's how to break it right. Start with real whole protein, eggs, beef, chicken, fish, pork, lamb, whatever you enjoy. Add some natural fat like butter or olive oil, but keep carbs low and clean. When you eat like this, insulin rises gently, just enough to shuttle amino acids into your muscles. Your metabolism stays in burn mode. You get full, stay full, and your energy stays stable for hours. That's breaking your fast, right? And don't fall for the protein shake trap. Most of those powdered drinks are just processed junk, artificial flavors, see, and sweeteners that spike insulin. Just like sugar, you can't trick your metabolism with fake food. Real food builds real muscle burns real fat. You don't need a blender and a label that says superfood. You need a pan, some eggs, and a steak. Protein isn't just about building muscle. It's about protecting it. When you protect muscle, you protect your metabolism. Your muscle is your fat burning factory. The more you have, the more fat you burn. Even while you sleep, lose muscle. And you slow your metabolic engine down, build and protect muscle, and you turn into a 24-hour fat burning machine. Here's the truth. Protein is your insurance policy. While fasting, it keeps you strong, keeps your metabolism alive, and keeps your hormones balanced. That's why on day 2, your only focus is simple. Break your fast right. Feed your body real protein. Keep insulin steady. Keep your fire hot. You don't need fancy supplements or expensive powders. You need the foods your grandparents ate. Eggs from the farm, beef from the pasture, fish from the sea. That's what your body recognizes. That's what your metabolism was built for. So today, stop fearing protein and start prioritizing it. Fasting lowers insulin. Protein feeds the muscle together. They keep your body burning fat and building strength. You're not starving yourself. You're training your metabolism to become efficient, powerful, and unstoppable. By the end of today, your body's going to feel the difference. Energy steadier, hunger lower, mind clearer. That's not luck. That's biochemistry working in your favor. You're feeding the machine that burns the fat, and tomorrow we take that momentum and build it into something even stronger. Here we are, day 3. This is where the real shift happens. The first couple of days, you were training your body to calm insulin and feed the muscle. But today, you start flipping your internal fuel switch for real. You're not just lowering insulin now. You're officially teaching your body to live off its own stored energy. This is the moment where your metabolism starts running on fat like it was designed to. Most people never get to this point. They quit before the magic happens. They think feeling a little tired or hungry means something using your body is what I use that primary fuel. But what's really not going to use its primary here, Lori would probably use a primary role. And that's a big deal for years. Your cells have been running on glucose. Quick burning, crash producing, hangry making sugar fuel. Now you're flipping the switch to fat. The slow, clean, high efficiency energy source your ancestors lived on inside. Every one of your cells are little powerhouses called mitochondria. Think of them like fat furnaces. They take the fuel you give them and burn it for energy. When you're eating carbs all the time, those furnaces get lazy. They expect sugar deliveries every few hours. But when you start fasting and eating clean protein, those furnaces wake up, stretch, and say, all right, let's burn some of that stored fat. By day 3, those furnaces are finally relighting. Your liver begins converting stored fat into ketones. And those ketones are like jet fuel for your brain and muscles. You'll notice something wild today. Energy feels different. You're not getting those roller coaster highs and lows anymore. That's steady. You're clear. Here's ketones at work. A stable, focused, powerful energy that doesn't crash 2 hours later. Your brain loves ketones. That's why people say fasting makes them sharper. It's not magic. It's chemistry. Your neurons literally run cleaner on ketones than they ever did on sugar. Now here's where people mess up. They get scared of eating. They think if fasting is good, fasting longer must be better. Nope, that's not how this works. You still need to fuel the machine. Under eating kills progress because your body needs protein and minerals to keep the fat burning engine running smoothly. You don't run your car without oil. Same thing here. You've got to eat enough quality protein and salt to keep your energy stable and your metabolism firing. And please, don't break your fast with carbs. That's the single biggest mistake people make. You've got fat burning on full blast. Ketones are flowing. Insulin is calm. And then you hit your system with a sugar bomb. That's like throwing water on a campfire. Flame goes out. Fat burning stops. Insulin spikes. Cravings return. If you break your fast, break it right. With eggs, meat, fish, maybe some avocado or butter, real food that keeps insulin in check and keeps those fat furnaces hot. Now, let's talk about what you might be feeling today. Some of you will notice hunger isn't what it used to be. That's not because your willpower improved. It's because your hormones are balancing your ghrelin levels. That hunger hormone that used to scream every few hours, finally chill out. Your body knows it's not in danger. It's got plenty of fuel on board. Appetite becomes a whisper instead of a shout. And that's when you realize you're finally in control again. You might also notice your mental clarity skyrocket. That fog you used to wake up with. Gone. That afternoon crash where you'd need coffee or snacks just to stay awake. Gone. Your brain is finally running on steady power instead of sugar sparks. This is why I say fasting and protein together are like flipping on the lights in a dark room. You start seeing things clearly again. Your focus, your energy, your hunger, even your mood. You're not starving, you're shifting, you're not depriving. You're upgrading. Your body is turning fat into fuel. That's evolution at work. This is how humans survived for thousands of years before grocery stores and snack bars. Our bodies were built to switch between feeding and fasting. And when you finally let that happen, everything starts working the way it should. So today's focus is simple. Stay consistent. Keep your fast clean. Break it with protein and real food. And don't fear fat. Hydrate. Add electrolytes. And trust the process. By the end of today, you'll start feeling lighter, clearer, and more in control. That's not just fat loss. That's your metabolism waking up from years of sugar sedation. You're officially in fat burning mode. Now you've crossed the bridge from being a sugar burner to a fat burner. You're not chasing energy anymore. Your body is making it day 3, is where transformation begins from the inside out. This is the day your metabolism learns how to burn fat as fuel. Learn to burn fat as fuel. Steady and powerful. All right, you've made it to day 4. And this is where the deeper magic starts happening. The first few days were about insulin and fat burning. But today is all about your hormones sensing up. Think of your metabolism like an orchestra. Insulin, cortisol, leptin, and growth hormone are the instruments. When they're out of tune, your body sounds like chaos, craving, stress, fatigue, stubborn fat that won't budge. But when you bring them into harmony, your metabolism plays a powerful fat burning symphony. Let's start with cortisol. The stress hormone everyone loves to hate. People hear cortisol and think it's evil, but it's not. Cortisol's your natural alarm clock. It wakes you up, helps regulate blood sugar, and gives you energy in the morning. The problem is when it's chronically elevated because you're constantly stressed, snacking, and sleeping poorly. That's when cortisol turns from a helper into a saboteur. But here's the cool part. Fasting and stable blood sugar help reset cortisol rhythms. When you stop eating every few hours, your body finally stops chasing glucose spikes. Cortisol no longer has to shout, "Wake up," all day long. It gets to do its job quietly and effectively. You stop feeling that jittery stress hunger. That wired but tired feeling, your body calms down because your hormones are communicating again. Now let's talk about leptin. That's your hunger thermostat. Leptin's made by your fat cells, and it's supposed to tell your brain, hey, we've got plenty of fuel stored, no need to eat. But when insulin's high and inflammation's raging, your brain stops hearing leptin's message. That's called leptin resistance. Your brain thinks you're starving even though you've got plenty of fat to burn, so you overeat, you snack nonstop, and the fat loss switch stays off. Fasting fixes that by lowering insulin and calming inflammation. Fasting turns the leptin signal back on. Your brain starts listening again. It realizes you're not starving. You're stocked. That's when hunger fades naturally. You're not fighting cravings anymore. Your body just doesn't send them. That's leptin harmony, and it's powerful. Now the superstar of today's show, growth hormone. When people hear growth hormone, they think bodybuilders or injections, but your body makes it naturally. Especially when you fast. During fasting, growth hormone can increase 5-fold. That's your body's built-in muscle preservation system. It protects your lean tissue while telling your fat cells time to release the stored energy. Think of growth hormone as your metabolic handyman, repairing, rebuilding, and maintaining while you rest and fast. It keeps your muscles strong, your metabolism fast, and your recovery quick. That's why when people fast the right way, with proper protein and rest, they don't get weaker, they get stronger. Now, here's how these hormones work together. Cortisol wakes you up and helps release energy. Growth hormone preserves muscle and mobilizes fat. Leptin keeps your hunger and metabolism balanced. Insulin stays low so fat can actually burn. That's your metabolic orchestra. And on day 4, it's finally starting to play in tune. No crashes, no binges, no crazy hunger swings. Just steady energy and clear focus all day long. You'll probably start noticing something new around this point. You feel lighter, calmer, and more centered. That's not just the fat loss, that's hormonal balance. When cortisol's calm, you stop storing belly fat. When leptin's working, you stop overeating. When growth hormone's high, your metabolism speeds up and your body repairs itself. That's why you sleep better, recover faster, and feel more grounded by day 4. Now let's hit a common mistake. Thinking fasting fixes everything while ignoring the basics. You can't balance hormones if you're eating junk. When you break your fast, seed oils, ultra-processed carbs, fake protein powders, all of that keeps inflammation high and hormones out of tune. Your body needs quality instruments to play this hormonal symphony. So focus on real food, eggs, Grass-fed beef, wild fish, clean fats, when you feed your body right, your hormones respond with gratitude. They start sensing up naturally. No pills, no powders, just chemistry the way nature designed it. And here's the other secret weapon. Rest your hormones don't just reset in the kitchen. They reset in your sleep. When you sleep deeply, growth hormone peaks, cortisol calms, and leptin regulates. If you're burning the candle at both ends, you're robbing yourself of the most powerful fat burning recovery tool you have. So don't treat rest as a reward. Treat it as part of your strategy. By the end of day 4, your hormones are finally starting to work with you. Not against you. You'll feel calmer, clearer, stronger, and more in control. You've tuned your metabolic orchestra. And now the music is just getting started. You've made it to days 5 and 6, and this is where your metabolism shifts from surviving to thriving. These 2 days aren't about pushing harder. They're about rebuilding stronger. You've been burning fat, balancing hormones, and training your body to run efficiently. Now it's time to maintain that fire while strengthening the engine that burns your fat for fuel. Think of your metabolism like an engine. The past few days, we've cleaned out the sludge, fixed the wiring, and got it running smooth. Now we're rebuilding the parts that make it powerful. Your muscles, your mitochondria, and your recovery systems. Because if you don't rebuild, you burn out. Fasting and fat burning aren't just about going without food. They're about training your body to use food intelligently. When you do eat on days 5 and 6, recovery becomes your secret weapon. This is when you feed, rest, and repair. And here's what most people don't realize. Recovery is part of fat loss. When you sleep well and refuel properly, your muscles soak up nutrients like a sponge, and your metabolism stays high. When you skip rest or overeat junk, your body gets confused and slows everything down. Let's talk about protein again, because it's still the star of the show. You're not eating to refill your stomach. You're eating to rebuild your engine. After several days of fasting and fat adaptation, your body's primed to absorb nutrients efficiently. That means your refeed meals should be rich in real protein. Eggs, steak, chicken, fish, lamb, pork, whatever fits your preferences. Protein feeds the muscle, and muscle feeds the metabolism. The more lean tissue you have, the more calories you burn doing absolutely nothing. That's the metabolic gift that keeps giving. Now, here's where people mess up. They break their fast like it's Thanksgiving dinner. They think, I earned this. And then they crush pizza, fries, and dessert. That undoes everything you've built after fasting. Your insulin sensitivity is at its peak. That means every carb you eat is going to hit harder. If you flood your system with sugar, your insulin spikes sky high and fat burning shuts down instantly. That's like dumping cheap fuel into your freshly rebuilt engine. It sputters, stalls, and loses performance. So here's how you do it right. Refeed with precision. Start with protein and healthy fats. Then if you're adding carbs, make them clean. Maybe a handful of berries or some green veggies. Keep it simple. Keep it real and listen to your body. You'll notice you get full faster now. That's your hormones working properly. Leptin's back online. Ghrelin's calm. And your brain actually knows when you've had enough. That's what balance feels like. Satisfaction without stuffing yourself. Now, let's talk about rest, because this part is non-negotiable. You don't grow stronger in the gym or during fasting. You grow stronger when you rest. That's when your growth hormone peaks, when your cells repair, and when your body locks in those metabolic upgrades. If you've been skimping on sleep, you're short-circuiting your results. Sleep deprivation spikes cortisol, increases hunger, and slows recovery. It's like throwing sand in your metabolic gears. You've got to make sleep a top priority. Dark room, cool temperature, no screens before bed. That's how you let your body do its nighttime magic. Hydration still matters just as much as it did on day 1 when your body's burning fat for fuel. It's flushing out water and electrolytes. You've got to replace what you lose Add salt, magnesium, and potassium to your water if needed. That keeps your muscles firing, your heart steady, and your energy up. If you're feeling sluggish or crampy, it's not because fasting doesn't work. It's because your electrolytes are off balance. Fix that, and your energy snaps right back by day 5 and 6. Your body's not just adapting, it's transforming. You're stronger, leaner, and more efficient. Your metabolism isn't crawling anymore. It's purring your fat. Burning engine is rebuilt, fine-tuned, and running on premium fuel. This is the sweet spot where your energy feels endless, your hunger disappears, and your focus sharpens. That's what happens when you give your body time to rebuild. You've turned fasting and protein into a rhythm. Burn, rebuild, rest, repeat, and the more you repeat this rhythm, the more your body learns that it can trust you. You're not starving it anymore. You're training it. You're showing your body that food isn't a constant emergency. It's a tool for growth and energy. That's how real metabolic flexibility is built. So as you go through days 5 and 6, treat your recovery like part of the workout. Fuel your body with purpose. Hydrate like it matters. And rest like it's medicine. You're not resetting anymore. You're rebuilding the engine that burns your fat for fuel. And by the time you wake up on day 7, that engine is going to be running stronger than it ever has. Here we are. Day 7, you've made it through the cravings, the doubts, the hunger waves, and the learning curve. Now your body isn't just burning fat. It's designed to, you've flipped the switch most people never touch. And now it's time to make this your normal. You've spent a week teaching your metabolism how to run on clean, steady, powerful energy. And today you lock that in for life. This isn't the end of a 7-day plan. This is the beginning of a new way to live, because what you've built this week is a blueprint, a metabolic rhythm your body loves and understands. Fasting and protein, they're not just a diet trick. They're a biological partnership. Fasting calms insulin and opens the fat burning gates. Protein keeps your muscles strong, your metabolism hot, and your hormones balanced together. They make your body efficient, focused, and resilient. A real fat burning machine. Think of your body like a hybrid vehicle. You've retrained it to switch fuels effortlessly. When food's around, you use it smartly. When it's not, you burn stored fat without panic or fatigue. That's what it means to be metabolically flexible. We're built for before the snack aisles and the sugar traps. Now let's talk maintenance. Because you don't need to fast harder or longer. You just need to fast smarter. Keep your rhythm simple and repeatable. Most people thrive on a 16 AA fasting window. 16 hours fasting on the thrill. Most fasting. 8 hours eating. Some days you might go 18:6, some days 14:10. It's flexible, not punishment. The key is consistency. You want your body to know when the eating window opens and when it closes. That rhythm is what keeps insulin low and fat burning steady. When you do eat, always lead with protein. That's your anchor. Start your meal with eggs, meat, or fish. It signals to your body that food is abundant and muscle is protected. Add some healthy fats, a few low-carb veggies, and stop when you're satisfied. No calorie counting, no obsessive weighing. Just real food until full protein first keeps insulin stable, hunger quiet, and energy steady. And let's talk about what you've reclaimed this week. Your biology. For years, you've probably been told you need snacks to survive, carbs to think, and constant meals to keep your metabolism alive. That's marketing nonsense. You've just proven that your body doesn't need constant feeding. It needs proper fueling. You've reminded your cells how to burn fat, how to listen to hunger, how to run efficiently. That's metabolic freedom. That's taking back control from the processed food industry and the diet nonsense that's kept people trapped for decades. Now you keep that freedom. Repeat this rhythm weekly. Fast, clean. No creamers, no sweeteners, no just one sip. Stay hydrated, keep electrolytes balanced, and break your fast with protein and whole foods. Do this 5 or 6 days a week. and give yourself one flexible day for a longer eating window if needed. You're not cheating, you're adjusting, you're living, because once you've built this metabolism, it doesn't break easily. Your body remembers how to burn fat efficiently. As long as you keep giving it the right signals, remember, your metabolism isn't a fragile system. It's a powerful engine, but you've got to maintain it. Protein feeds it, fasting cleans it, sleep restores it, movement strengthens it. That's the blueprint. That's how you live metabolically fit for life. Now imagine this. Waking up clear-headed, no cravings, no crashes, no sugar fog. You go hours without thinking about food because your energy is steady. You eat, feel satisfied, and move on with your day. That's what freedom feels like. That's what happens when you reclaim your biology and stop living at the mercy of blood sugar swings and food marketing lies. This isn't a quick fix. It's a system built on real science and human design. Fast, clean, Greek, smart, protein first, repeat weekly. That's your ward map, the permanent fat burn-in mode. You've rebuilt the name. You've rebuilt the engine. Tuned it and fired it up. Now keep driving it. Keep the oil clean. That's your fasting. Keep the fuel high quality. That's your protein. Don't flood it with junk. That's your food choices. Your metabolism is now a fat burning machine, and you're the one in the driver's seat. So as you finish this 7-day reset, don't stop. Turn this into your lifestyle, a weekly rhythm that keeps you lean, strong, and clear. You've proven your body can do this. Now make it your new normal life, like someone who's flipped the switch, because you're no longer chasing diets. You're living metabolically fit. You're not surviving on willpower. You're thriving on biology. This is your blueprint. This is our new normal. This is how you live as a fat burning machine.